Okay, if you're someone that's heavily addicted to coffee, okay, and you've had coffee in your life for a long time and now you'd like to reduce your tolerance, okay, because you're too dependent on coffee, then this is the video for you. So I'm just gonna give you a bit of a rundown on how much coffee I used to consume. So I used to consume between about 6 to 8 cups of coffee per day. I was doing this I've been having coffee since the age of like 19. I'm 35 now, okay, so my coffee tolerance wasn't that bad when I first began drinking coffee, but it got worse and worse as I grew older, right? So I started getting more and more dependent on it. The less sleep I had, the more I relied on it, and it got to a stage where I was getting irregular heartbeats, I was getting anxiety, I was heavily dependent on it. It started to like not even really do anything. It just started to make me feel really uneasy, and I knew I had an addiction with this and I had to do something about it. So I'm here to share what's worked for me, because I'm now in a place where I only consume 1 cup of coffee per day, and that completely works for me, okay, and it will work for you as well if you follow my strategies here. So I'll just get straight into it now. The first option that you can completely do, this is what I did. This is if you're completely game, okay, and there are symptoms that are going to come along with this if you do this method. So you can completely go cold turkey on cutting out coffee for 1 week, right? You can completely go cold turkey. If you go cold turkey for 1 week without coffee, okay, and your body's used to having, let's say, 6 cups of coffee per day, either way, you're still going to get the side effects or the symptoms for drastically cutting it out of your life, okay, because your body's relied on it for so many years. It's now saying, where's that coffee hit? And what will happen is you're going to get severe migraines, okay? So I got migraines, at least maybe 2 migraines, 3 migraines throughout the day. Sometimes during the night I would wake up, I'd have a headache, I'd have to pop a Panadol, go back to sleep, and my water intake was actually quite high, okay, because I have a physically active lifestyle, so my water intake is usually about 3 liters per day. But yeah, I would consistently get migraines and headaches, okay? So during that week, generally after this first or the second day, I would start to get headaches, and they were quite uncomfortable, right? But my mentality allowed me to push through that week. When I got to the 7th day, those headaches started to disappear, and I slowly reintroduced coffee into my lifestyle, okay? So I introduced 1 cup of coffee per day, and when I had it on that, like after on the 7 days, on the 8th day when I did introduce coffee, man, the coffee rush I had was like so severe. Like I had to have only like half a teaspoon of coffee. Like before that, I would literally have, when I have 6 cups of coffee, it would be like 1.5 scoops, 6 times a day, right? On the 8th day, I literally had half a teaspoon of coffee, okay, to a full teaspoon, and that was completely enough to get me going for the whole day, yeah? So I had that, and after doing that experiment, I realized, wow, I've been so dependent on coffee. I've pretty much reversed the benefits of coffee and how it works, and now I was at a point where I was basically I was a coffee addict, so I needed to lose that addiction, okay, and not be reliant on it. So that was just a bad habit that I formed over time. So right now I'm so grateful that I'm just on 1 cup of coffee per day, 1 teaspoon of coffee per day, and that does the trick, right? So that's and if you ask why I keep coffee in my lifestyle and why I haven't gone without it, is because I've got a completely active lifestyle. Okay, my lifestyle is fairly active. I train twice a day. I'm very physically fit, right? So I need coffee in my day. I've tried to do my physical activities and my habits, my good positive habits without coffee, and it just doesn't work for me, okay? And there are too many benefits for me having 1 cup of coffee now per day with my active lifestyle for me to completely cut it out. Yeah, I was thinking of going decaf, but I need coffee in my day because I train twice a day. I'm very physically active, but I'm going to make a video on the benefits of having coffee if you're someone that's physically active, because there are benefits for having 1 cup of coffee per day for those that are physically active, but I'll make a separate video for that. But going back to what I was saying, so I completely cut it off for a week. I'm now on 1 cup of coffee per day and I'm loving life. I'm able to reap the benefits of deep sleep. I no longer get anxiety. I've got no longer irregular heartbeats. I have rest, like a good night's sleep, right? I can properly sleep. The amount of time it takes me to fall asleep is really, I can fall asleep within 15 minutes, right? So the coffee I have in the morning has no impact on how I sleep anymore. Whereas before I would have a racing mind. I was heavily addicted to coffee. I was heavily reliant on it. And I use that basically as fuel to function through the day. So now I've reduced that. I'm so grateful that I've got rid of that addiction, and I can manipulate coffee to my advantage now when, to benefit my lifestyle. So that's one way of doing it. The second way you can do it, if you don't want to experience these headaches, and you just wanted to reduce your tolerance at the same time, after 7 days, there's another way you can do, which is called the gradual reduction method. So that basically allows you, let's say, okay, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say over a course of 7 days, you're wanting to reduce your tolerance, right? You drink 6 cups of coffee per day. So on the first day of your 7-day challenge of quitting coffee, of stop drinking, to completely stop drinking coffee for the whole week and reduce your tolerance, your first day, what I would recommend is to go for 5 cups of coffee per day. The second day you can go for 4. The third day you can go for 3. The second last day you can go for 2. On the second last day of that last day, if you get what I mean, you can just basically go to 1 cup of coffee, and then the following day 1 cup of coffee. Or even on the 7th day, you can completely cut coffee out of your 7 days, right? So you can do that, and that's the gradual reduction method. That also works as well, okay? But I'm someone that's got a very strong mind when it comes to quitting something. If I really want to quit something and I'm really fed up with it, I no longer want to have some sort of addiction, I can do this, right? It's all in my mind, it's all in your mind, you can do the same. So you can either soldier on with the side effects of having migraines, or you can do the gradual reduction method. Pick which one you want to do. Okay, so each day over 7 days, reduce the amount of coffee you have. When you get to the 7th day, if you've already reduced your coffee for the week, just go 1 day without coffee, or even go if you can't do that, just go 1 day, like 1 cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee per day for those 2 days. But I would recommend I reckon the cold turkey method is the best, because if you're someone that's been relying on it for 10 years plus, and you need coffee in your lifestyle, but you are sick of being addicted to having 6 to 10 cups of coffee per day, then go cold turkey, man. Just go cold turkey. It's going to be fine after the 7th day. But if you're someone that's been drinking coffee, addicted for only, let's say, a couple of years, maybe even a year, then I would suggest to use the gradual reduction method, because that will most likely work better. So just go through the pain for a better result. It's only 1 week, and then that way you can reap the benefits, as I said, of better sleep. You got more energy in the morning. Okay, you got better focus when need be, and your sleep patterns don't get disrupted by having 1 cup of coffee per day in the morning. So hope this video has helped. Hope it will help you on reducing your coffee tolerance. I definitely know it will, because it worked for me, someone who was heavily addicted to coffee for over 10 years. And I'll make another video for those that have a physically active lifestyle. So whether that be work, fitness, you're a stay-at-home mum and you've got so many chores to do, you're a stay-at-home dad, you've got so many chores to do. It's good to have that extra boost of energy. Okay, so but I want to go through the actual benefits of having coffee, because a lot of people say they cut coffee out, they completely went cold turkey. Cool, but if you've got an active lifestyle, I feel like that 1 cup of coffee is needed. I tried to go without it with my physical lifestyle, and it didn't work. I didn't have good energy. I didn't feel good, and now that I have 1 cup of coffee per day, it works a treat for my lifestyle. It gives me the energy that I needed. that I need, and yeah, all in all allows me to have a better functioning day. So hope this video helped. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.